Overcoming inconsistent eating habits. Do you ever find yourself skipping meals or eating at odd times throughout the day? Today, I'm going to share with you my story of how I overcame eating inconsistently and how it transformed my health and energy. And I'm going to share 4 steps that you can implement immediately that will help you change your relationship with food. This is quite a personal story for me because I didn't know that I was eating incorrectly, and I thought that you eat less, you lose weight. Health and being healthy is so important to me, but I wish someone told me this earlier. Like if I could go back and speak to the 20-year-old version of myself, it is something that I would advocate immediately. And I come from an industry where females like myself, we're very driven, we're very career minded, we want to make impact, we want to live the best life we can, which normally means that we're running around a million miles an hour from task to task, helping people. I'm quite a kind and compassionate person, and I'm a doer. So because I've worked with animals a lot, I absolutely get so much joy from it. But that means giving my energy up. And over time, this was taking its toll on me, especially when I hit my 30s. I was honestly in this pattern of, okay, I'm trying to be in good shape, so I would work out. I was eating what I thought was healthy foods. I was snacking on processed sugars because I was craving them. Like for someone who is driven and quite stubborn and motivated, I would cave when it came to sweets. Like I would hit that, excuse my French, but that like bucket button. I was just, when I got to the point of I'm so flat, I need energy, it was just whatever I could eat inside. And honestly, this made me feel so drained. I'm not a moody person, but I felt myself becoming very agitated, more anxious than normal. And the biggest thing was when I just struggled to make decisions. So even though I was being consistent with going to the gym and say I would skip breakfast and definitely have a meal and a lunch, a lunch and a dinner, I was still like craving food. I remember one day I was in the car driving from appointment to appointment. I was in the north of the UK and I stopped over at a Pret, ate what I thought was healthy food from there. I then stopped over, there was a Starbucks, so I just had a Starbucks. And I remember on the way home stopping off at M&S and got home and thinking I'm still hungry, but I was like working out, I suppose, the calories from that and thinking, why are you still hungry and you still feel flat, still feel like rubbish? Honestly, that was the turning point for me when I was like, enough is enough. I need to take control of my eating habits and feel better. Because all these diets and all these calorie controlled diets for females, I believe don't work. Yes, it's fact that if you don't eat, you will lose weight because you're not feeding your body. Like that's obvious. We know that our body can go for a period of time without food and still function. That's not new news. We actually need more water than we do food. So good hydration. But I was honestly at the lowest point, and the biggest thing was, I'd also say, the brain fog. Now I know a lot of females in say early stages of menopause or even in menopause will know brain fog very well, and I'm at that stage where I'm not in menopause yet, but I have menstrual cycles, and as we all have patterns, so in the last week before my period, I want to eat all the chocolate in the world and I'm flat. I don't want to train. I can't go to the gym and hit my PBs. And this would then lead me into a very negative cycle. But like I said, the biggest thing besides all that was how I was feeling inside. I got to a point where I was like, I honestly feel fat. I know the scales might not change, but I feel bloated and my face feels fat. And that, as I now know, is inflammation. So inflammation of my gut was causing inflammation of my brain. And this is fact. Like this is not new news, but I didn't know this. So If you find this helpful, by the way, give me a follow, a like, and subscribe. I also have a free masterclass, which is called Superfoods that supercharge your energy and remove bloating. It's completely free. If you'd like access to it, just comment below and I'll send you a DM. So the 4 things I'd like to teach you that really helped me with this overeating and inconsistent habits that I had gotten myself into. Step 1 is awareness. Now, I know that sounds cheesy, but you can't change something if you're not aware. So I congratulate all the clients I work with when they come to me because they have the awareness, and they have the awareness that something isn't right. They might not have to know the answer. You don't have to know the answer. That's why you hire people who know the answers. And that's the beauty about this world that we do live in. I know it's full of almost like information overload. However, if you resonate with someone and they are speaking to you like a human and they've gone through what you are going through and they can help you get to where you want to be quicker, why would you not pay that person and do that for you? Because it will save you so much pain and so much emotional and physical pain that it's honestly a no-brainer. And that's what I did. I got myself a coach and I educated myself to where I am today. And now I honestly can say my hormonal health is the best it's ever been. And I wish someone told me this when I was younger. I wish someone told me this when I started my period. Because I wouldn't have gone through 10 years of heavy bleeding to the point of where I'm bleeding through a heavy pad plus a super tampon within an hour. Now, can you imagine what that felt like at night? I can't tell you the amount of bed sheets I've gone through and just bled through because my hormones were out of balance despite me thinking that I was eating healthy and going to the gym. So awareness is the key thing. The second step is planning. And again, it's such a simple step, but it's fundamental. One of my mentors rightly says, if you fail to plan, your plan will fail. And it's so true because if we're not planning what we're eating the day before, it will significantly affect our hormones. Because if we rely on the foods on the side of the road, or we rely on our motivation, which is a bunch of nonsense, by the way, we can all be very disciplined people, but the food, the chemicals that they put into the food make us want so much more. And another expert in hormonal health, she's gone into detail about these processed foods and she calls them ingrediologists. And I had to actually Google the word because I was like, is this real? And it's people that are actually paid to produce chemicals that affect our hormones in a way that makes us frantic. And that's the kind of sensation I get when I eat certain foods is I'm like, I need more. It's because it's full of these chemicals. It's nothing to do with my motivation. So planning is step number 2. Step number 3 is a balanced nutrition. And again, this is a fine line because I thought I was eating healthy foods, but what I was actually eating was marketing nonsense foods that told me were healthy, that were high in protein, but actually if you look at the back of the packaging was full of synthesized chemical produced highly inflammatory markers that was affecting my gut as a female and the stage of life that I'm in very negatively. So healthy balanced food is protein, healthy fats. I don't know why we were running away from fats. And it's probably because we are told that fats are bad for us. Good, healthy fats are so important for our body and for our hormonal balance, and complex carbs. And the 4th step is mindful eating. I actually classify this mindful eating bracket into the gym brain, which, by the way, if you want to know more about, it's one of my 3 pillars from my female wellness program. If you want more information, comment out, send me an email. I'm more than happy to send that through to you, and we can even jump on a free discovery call. It is so important to understand how we can reduce our stress because this life that we live in is so fast and it's like you're on a hamster wheel, just trying to get through life day by day. The pillar on the gym brain is so important and it helps you calm down your cortisol levels, which is so important to do because that's another trigger for our gut inflammatory and our brain inflammation. So those are the 4 steps: awareness, planning, balanced nutrition, and mindful eating. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you want to share some thoughts with me, please comment below. You can also email me on info@trueselfmastery.com. I'm also across the socials. And I really challenge you to start today. Keep a food diary for a week. See if you can start to recognize what you're eating to, what you crave, and also share your experiences by commenting below.